All right, and joining us live right now from Phivolcs is Mr. Ishmael Narag. Good evening, sir.
Good evening din po.
Ayan, sir, marami po akong katanungan sa inyo. First, no, powerful earthquakes in the past week have hit 3 countries, namely Ecuador, Japan, and Myanmar. Is this just a coincidence or is there a reason for this? And all are almost 7 of magnitude. Ano po?
Opo, yung mga events naman nangyayari sa buong mundo, dala na rin to ng mga malalaking lindol na typical na nangyayari kada buwan. Ano? So, in fact, ang statistics ng lindol na nagaganap, yung malalaki yung big earthquakes magnitude 7 and above,
Opo.
mga 15 to 20 events ang nag-occur. No? So, nasa normal na statistics tayo na at least once a month, meron tayong magaganap na mga magnitude 7 na lindol. So, hindi ito nagbabago. Bukod pa doon, marami rin dito sa mga lugar na active yung nagaganap na lindol. And dumadami na rin yung mga taong nagre-report, no? So, at saka tinatamaan yung mga lugar na dating hindi merong tao, ngayon ay inhabited na. Kaya madalas na yung reporting tungkol sa mga lindol.
Japan ordered an evacuation of almost 500,000 or 500,000. Ano po? Is there a regulation kung sakali pong mangyari sa atin yan? Is there a regulation na parang yung evacuation center, should they be positioned in a center in a certain area? Like, is there a radius na dapat ba malayo ka sa epicenter or something like that?
Even before you pick a tsunami evacuation site, you have to choose a site that, number one, is far away from the hazard zone. It's typical to choose a site na mga 10 meters and above. Okay. No? So 10 meters and above, okay. You are fairly safe from any waves of that height. No? So, but if wala kang makitang lugar na mataas, normally we would choose or go farther inland, ano? So we have to see kung ano yung maximum inundation zone, and from there kailangan lalayo tayo, no? So as much as possible, ang road system along the coast hindi lang parallel dun sa coastline, meron ding mga roads na papunta sa malayo, no? So even tangent or perpendicular from the coast ang dapat existing along areas na alam nating malapit sa dagat.
If that happened here, like an urban area here in the Philippines, like Metro Cebu, Metro Manila, what do you think would the damage be? What extent?
We've seen cases that the waves would extend very, very far, no? So there are cases that it could reach about 5 kilometers away from the shoreline. If it's relatively flat, no? So if it's really relatively flat and you have like a 10-meter wave arriving along the coastline, of course, and the force is really great, it could reach as much as 5 kilometers. But if we have a sufficient amount of land cover, mga buildings, mga vegetation, and the topography is not as flat as it's supposed to be, hindi lalayo yung ating yung tsunami wave. That's why we encourage people na as a soft measure against tsunami waves, no, maglagay tayo ng isang tsunami forest, no, so along the coastline. If we already know that the area is prone to tsunami attacks, in fact, on the statistics here in the Philippines, we get at least one tsunami event every 10 years, no. So hindi pa to kadalasan na mataas, no, but it's really very frequent because number one, we're an archipelago. So an archipelago entails several islands surrounded by bodies of water. And of course, we have a lot of earthquakes. So it's the right recipe for a tsunami, no? So you need a large earthquake, and then you have occurring offshore, and it needs if a large earthquake would occur offshore, medyo may kalakasan, it could displace the water or the ocean floor, and it would entail a displacement of the water, no? So yun yung dahilan kaya tayo nagkakaroon ng tsunami. So, with this, alam natin na madalas ang malakas na lindol, and since we're an archipelago, ang likelihood na magkaroon ng tsunami event is higher.
Mas marami ho ba ngayong malalakas na lindol of 7 magnitude kesa nung araw? Comparison po. Lumalakas po ba? Dumadami po ba? Is there an increase in earthquake activity po?
If you want to look at very large events, hindi siya nababago, no? So, kunin po natin yung catalog ng malalakas na lindol here in the Philippines specifically. Hindi siya nagbabago, no? So, at least once every 2 years, meron tayong malaking event na nag-occur here in the Philippines. However, yung mga maliliit na events, mas marami tayong nare-record. Dala na rin nag-i-improve na yung instrumentation natin here in the Philippines. Mas marami nang nailalagay at mas sensitive na yung mga instrumentong nailalagay natin dito sa Pilipinas. Kaya pati yung maliliit, nare-record natin ng marami. But yung statistics ng malalaki, ganun pa rin siya, hindi nagbabago.
Doon sa Japan po, no, doon sa Kyushu area, parang may mountainous area and then we saw some water going down to the roads. Meron tayong mga hilly areas also here in the Philippines, like for example, Tagaytay. Should that happen here? Can you tell us, sir, or could you share with me or the viewers what we should do?
Doon sa mga lugar na sloping, there will be cases na pwede magkaroon ng landslides, ano. So we do understand na landslides can be induced by both rain, no, so increased water sa mga sloping areas, or it could be due to ground shaking, no. So a strong ground shaking o yung malakas na pagyanig would induced landslides along areas na sloping, no. So yung matatarik ang dalisdis ng ating bundok, maaaring itong magkaroon ng landslide or pagtabag, no. So what we do advise people is hindi tayo titira dun sa mga lugar na ganito. Pero kung hindi natin maiiwasan, as much as possible, yung ating tinitirahan na lugar na at least low probability na pwede siya magkaroon ng landslide, patibayin natin yung pagkakagawa ng ating ng bahay, lalo na yung kinatatayuan. May mga slope stabilization techniques para hindi tutuloy na magkaroon ng landslide dun sa isang lugar, no? So patitibayin natin yung kinatatayuan ng ating bahay para hindi na to magkaroon ng landslide. Diyan sa lugar ng Tagaytay, for example, medyo matarik nga yung gilid nito kasi ito yung parte ng gilid ng ating kaldera, no? Ito yung namuo after several eruptions na nangyari dun sa area ng Taal Volcano, kaya ito nagkaroon ng mataas na sloping area at slowly nag-sloping downwards yung ignimbrite niya, no? Mga advice lang namin dun sa mga lugar na alam natin na nag-e-enhance ng ground shaking, una ay alamin natin kung ano yung hazard dun talaga directly related to earthquakes, no. Marami iba't iba yung hazard natin. Nabanggit na natin tungkol sa tsunami kapag malapit ka sa dagat, pero meron din naman yung ground shaking kung gaano kataas yung pwedeng ma-experience na pagyanig dun sa isang lugar, at dahil dito kailangan nating patibayin yung mga gusali na itinatayo natin, no. So nandiyan naman yung building code, we just need to follow yung minimum requirements ng building code para hindi ito magko-collapse, no. So the building code states na in the lifetime nung gusali natin, hindi dapat ito babagsak kapag may malakas na lindol, no. Maaaring ito magkaroon ng konting sira, but as much as possible, hindi ito magko-collapse. Okay, so kung susundin na lahat ng tao sa Pilipinas, susunod sa building code, directly safe tayo dun sa collapse ng building. Ang problema na lang is yung non-structural damage, no. Yung mga pwedeng mahulog sa atin kapag magkakaroon ng lindol, or pwedeng matumba sa atin kapag nagkaroon ng isang malakas na lindol, no. So as much as possible, lahat ng hanging objects, lahat ng mga heavy equipment or heavy furniture natin, hindi to masyadong gagalaw kapag malakas na lindol at hindi to babagsak. Ano? So, we need to secure all hanging and heavy objects na nasa loob ng ating bahay para safe tayo. No? So, kapag nagawa na natin to, mga maliliit na lang na bagay ang pwedeng mahulog. No? Yung mga tipak ng simento, konting, so as much as possible, we try to protect our head, no? So we do the duck cover and hold procedure, no? So yung duck cover and hold procedure, either one, we go under a sturdy table sa isang matibay na lamesa, or we need to just cover our head, no? So para hindi to tatamaan ng malalaking bagay na nahuhulog, no? Ay, maliliit na bagay na nahuhulog. So, yon, unahin nating patibayan ng ating mga bahay. Pangalawa, yung mga heavy objects sa bahay natin, hanging object, i-secure natin. Pangatlo, we try to protect ourselves from small objects that might fall, no? Yung ulo, lalo na yung ulunan natin. And then the rest is just the typical safety procedures na kailangan natin gawin. Pupunta tayo sa isang area na area of temporary refuge, para nila siyang evacuation area. No, kung sa malapit tayo sa dagat, aakyat tayo mga 10 meters up, or lalayo tayo from the dagat, or kung nasa eskwela naman tayo at malayo sa karagatan, pupunta lang tayo sa isang open area, no? At doon hintayin yung ating mga magulang para sunduin na lang tayo, or sa opisina naman, doon din sa isang open area, after a few minutes, pwede na rin tayong umalis, no? So, of course, mas maganda rin prepare tayo sa pwedeng mangyari, walang kuryente, at saka kailangan natin may mga gamit tayo na pangkaligtasan, no? Mga safety kits na magagamit just in case may lindol.
And with that, thank you very much, sir, for sharing all this and for enlightening us with more knowledge on should an earthquake occur here in the Philippines, na wag naman po sana ganyang kalakas. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Okay, sige. Maraming salamat din.
All right, Dr. Ishmael Narag from Phivolcs.